My dad cheated on my mom 8 years ago. Should I tell her? My sister went to visit my dad's best friend. He's currently going through another divorce and is emotionally vulnerable. He cheated on his wife and left her for a 24-year-old. He's 54. Obviously, it didn't work out, so he's been in bad shape. TBH, it's his own fault. Consequences of his actions. Anyways, the topic of cheating came up a lot, and he said something along the lines of, he doesn't know a married man that has stayed faithful. My sister then said, well, my dad is the exception. Sadly, this isn't the case. He confessed to my sister that in 2014, when my whole family was visiting home and my mom was watching the kids, he went out with my dad, and he cheated on my mother. When my sister came back, she told me and made me swear to keep it to myself. She's worried my mom won't continue paying for her education if this comes out. For context, my mother and sister have a very bad relationship. My sister dropped out but has recently decided to go back to school. My dad convinced my mom to pay for her tuition again and was her biggest advocate. She told me I could tell my mom in 2 years when she finishes college. I feel so bad. I adore my mother. She works 24/7 and provides everything for the entire family. 5 kids, 2 dogs, and my dad. My dad has never worked, since I've known him, and has had constant help with childcare. They hired babysitters. She gave her life to this man, and this is how he repaid her. She's hardworking and truly is a remarkable woman who doesn't deserve this. They met when my mom was in her 20s, and my dad was in his 30s, 10-year age gap, and have been married for 30 years. Part of me feels like this isn't my place and to drop it because it happened years ago. But I have the feeling this wasn't the only time. Another part is dying to tell her because she deserves to know and process it however she decides to. If I were her, I would want someone to tell me. They're even planning on buying a house soon, making this feel much worse. I thought maybe I should tell my dad and give him the chance to come clean, but I think he'd threaten me. He's quite abusive. I don't want my sister to get mad at me and potentially ruin our relationship. I doubt my mom would even stop paying for her tuition. She would have a lot more to deal with if this comes out. I think it's selfish of my sister to only think about herself, and I don't know if I can keep this to myself for 2 years. This is eating me up inside, and it feels like whatever I decide to do is the wrong choice. What should I do? She deserves to have someone care for her and get her back for once. Tell her, she has a right to know. Your sister and dad are proven to be selfish people. Don't be like them. Okay, if it's true, I'm okay with telling your mom. But you're not sure about this. Your dad's best friend, who doesn't have much common sense, told your sister. I'd be much more concerned about why he traveled to visit him, when he likes young women. It may be a made-up story. The one who has to speak definitely is your sister, who is the one who spoke to him directly and can give more details about how the conversation took place and the context. Obviously, she is f***ing selfish. But unfortunately, you need proofs because this gossip, true, can create a lot of damage. Why would your dad's best friend tell your sister this? He 1. Can't be a best friend to do this. 2. He sounds bitter and maybe jealous of your parents' relationship. 3. Has he got a crush on your mother? There is no time like the present to bring this up with both your parents. Ask this so-called best friend for any evidence he has. He may be truthful or a bitter person. I saw it with my own eyes when I was 10 or so, and I'm paying the price of my silence 40 years later. I advise you to tell her. They can either go other it if their relation is strong, and even makes things better, or split. You or your sister are carrying a heavy secret that is not yours to carry. Good luck, sincerely. Honestly, you have to tell your sister. You both should tell her together. In person and be there for her. 'Cause if the friend of your dad tells and he says he told her and was shocked she didn't tell them, your mom will definitely stop paying her tuition. Tell your sister that there was a reason she visited that friend and there is a reason she got that information, and it wasn't to sit on it for 2 years. Tell her that if she does the right thing and tells regardless of her schooling, which I also don't think your mom would stop paying because it wasn't you sister's fault, your dad cheating, regardless, when you find out something like that, you always tell, right away.